Good afternoon. Today is Friday, the 20th of December, 2024, and the time now is 3 minutes past 3 p.m. in the afternoon. My name is the Bull of Lewisham, and I'm a prize fighter, boxer, pugilist. I first heard this saying, know thyself, probably when I was about 20 years old, so about 35 years ago. Know thyself. I find it curious in this. It's always stuck in my mind. Know thyself. I don't know if it's just St. Michelangelo talking to me again. Know thyself. I should know myself. I should know myself. Thyself. Now, it's an expression that they say to people, to know thyself. To know thyself. Now, I don't understand what they're trying to say. I don't understand it. I understand it. Know thyself. So they're saying, know who you are, but I know who I am, so I don't understand it because I know who I am. So I know I'm in Europe. I know I'm in Europe. I know I'm in the United Kingdom. But let's forget about geography, the geographic location of where I am. I know who I am. I don't know if there might be people who don't know who they are, but I find that strange because how can you not know who you are? Like you have a mother and father, innit? You may have brothers and sisters, or you may have friends. You may have grown up in a certain part of the world. You know who you are in that time and space. Do you understand? To say to know thyself. So let me take it to the next level. Then suppose like this God talking then, saying to people like me, know thyself. So know myself, know thyself. Well, I should know myself, know thyself. Know thyself. Just let me think about it. It's interesting. Know thyself. I've always known myself. I've always known myself. Yeah. Know thyself. I think he should tell people. I think he should tell people who are in need of that, rather than talk to people who don't need that. Because I think in life, there's so much wasted energy diverted at things that's needless. You see what I mean? Needless. Like I googled a couple of weeks ago that humanity consumes 350 to 360 million tons of meat of animals every year we eat. That's a lot. 360 million tons. So the reason why I say that's a lot is because if it could be 350 million tons, that's saving 10 million animals' lives. This is just a theory of mine. So that if someone was working towards doing something like that, I would find that very positive because that's positive because that that's a positive slight change for creation. You say okay, instead of you're gonna try and get people to change their way slightly, rather than next year to consume 360 million tons, they're going to consume 350 million tons. So that 10 million, that's a lot. You might not think, but slight change there. So I'll be looking at people that are doing that. I'll be like, all right, that's good, because rather than telling me who do I know myself, which doesn't really make sense to me, I'll be rather if you've done something like that, like save animals' lives or get people to change their eating habits or to think about the planet or the environment, I think that's positive, yeah. So telling me know thyself. Like when I was growing up, my experience growing up has nothing to do with nobody else. That's my experience. Now I know a lot in the United Kingdom they talk about um, we are the same, and even though they don't know you, like when I say that they don't know you, no, I mean the literal sense. It's hard to say, but I know they think that we're one entity and we're all one blob and we're all the same thing, but no. When I say they don't know you, how can you say to someone, they explain that they don't know you? I mean, yeah, I'm British, I was born there, but are you saying there are different tiers of knowing? So you're saying that if I'm really wealthy and I own my own house and I've got like I'm earning over £100,000 a year job, then I can say, oh, you don't know me, and you respect that. But if I'm below income, if I'm below 50,000 a year and I'm really poor, you can say, well, it's irrelevant because you're saying you don't know me, it doesn't apply because you don't have any financial clout any place. So you're really irrelevant. That the Bull illusion is irrelevant. You're in that league of non-entities. They might be saying that's what they probably could be saying. So my saying I don't know you means it's relevant because they've decided now people below a certain level of income can't really say they don't know because we're really all glued, we're all in it, we're all together in the same shit. However, even if we're in the same shit, you still don't know me. Because my shit is not your shit. So, and I can always travel because I know that in England, the mindset is we're all in England forever and ever, and it's never going to change. But I would love to travel. I mean, if I could find employment or get my act together, you see, next year, end of January, February, I'll be in another country. Not out of spite, because I do want to travel. So, like Mexico, Mallorca, Saudi Arabia, Australia, I'll probably do one of them 4 countries there. So don't feel like I'm here with you and I don't want to travel. I'm not scared of airplanes or to get up in the air. No, I enjoy traveling. But I think like they like me here with them in their country. They like me here. They like me to I'm here with them. It gives them confidence. Because I think even though like they see the differences, but I think overall, yeah, even though we're they're dry crust. He's here with us and he adds spice because they always say how many sugars you want in your tea. You know, like when you used to have tea, back in the day, you say, oh, 1 or 2 sugar. It doesn't really matter how many sugars you have in your tea. As long as there's sugar in it, sugar there. You know that mentality back in the day, growing up. So yeah, there's sugar in my tea, so you could put 1 or you could put 3, but as long as you put sugar in there. So what they're really saying is, I know you're not really like me with differences, but this, the Bulushim here, the talent here. British got talent in it, so it's here, so they feel good. So they don't mean about the sugar, or the spoonful, the talent's here. You know what I mean? And they know that my base is here, so yeah, his base is here, that my base is here. He's not going to go to Greece, that I'm not going to go to Greece. He's not going to go to Greece, or to like Romania, or he's not going to go to like Palestine and live there, or he's not going to go to South Africa and establish himself. No, he's based here. Jehovah has told us that Jehovah has told them. Jehovah, we spoke to Jehovah when he was at secondary school. And they spoke to Jehovah about where my future is, where I'm going to be. They spoke to Jehovah. So I'm saying now, so know thyself. I know who the fuck I am, yeah. That's really interesting saying know thyself, you know, they're talking there because they're really wise, isn't it? They've got a lot of wisdom, these people. And they're telling you things, they don't know you, they're telling you things to think about yourself, internalizing it on you, to think about you when they should be thinking about themselves because having money doesn't make you wise. I think they realize this, they're realizing this now that having wealth and great wealth doesn't have nothing to do with the price of bread. That's what they're realizing because they said, oh, my big house of £750,000 doesn't mean I get respect in the queue in Sainsbury's. That's what they realise. It makes a difference because I've still got to queue up. And nobody said to me, oh, yeah, mate, you got a £750,000 house, go in front of me. So they realise, even though I've got a £750,000 house, I've still got to queue up. So I don't know what they're expecting what not to queue because we all got a queue. We don't know who's got what in the queue. You don't know that Asian man behind me, he could be like, you don't know what he could be. He could be finishing his masters or he could have two, 3 A levels, and so you don't know. So you saying you got? I'm saying it's irrelevant to people here because we're all at different stages. Like I've designed the golden gilt flag. So for me, that's my thing. I can say to you, what have you designed on that level? That's for me. It's powerful. It wasn't just me scratching down on a bit of paper and then getting it made up. And even if I did do that, that's still successful. Even if I just scribbled it down really quickly, say, there, you know, this and that, and scribbled it, and they got it made up into cloth, and it took me 10 minutes to scribble it, and I got it done. That's still successful because that's still an idea. It was original, but it didn't take me 10 minutes. It took much longer than that. Yeah, so that's my success. So however you want to evaluate, probably your valuation of success is different to mine. You evaluate success in a way that, you know, your probably evaluation of success is different to mine. You evaluate success in a different way. You know, your valuation is different to mine. So I accept that. Maybe our definition of success is different. You evaluate success like going to college, going to school, then going to college, then going to university. than finding work, than working, and then whilst working, doing things on the side like in your spare time, and then you become successful that way. I understand that. I wanted to do that, you know, when I was growing up. I wanted to do that way, yeah, but I couldn't do it. But I do know that way, yeah. That's the traditional way. So you work, you find employment, and then in your spare time, so after work, when you come home 7 p.m., you get home from work, you might spend half an hour at the on your Chromebook or your computer working on out different ideas, and then you know what I mean, things like that, and you're working on things, and but you're always working. Yeah, I understand as well. That's the sort of yeah. In an ideal world, yeah, I understand that route, but it's horses for courses. You got to do what happens, isn't it? You got to do whatever you flex. Yeah. So, know thyself. I always know myself. I think this is the problem because I get people telling me shit, talking to me like they know me, yeah, and that I know them, and I don't know them. They're sending messages from far off places telling me things, and I don't know them. And so he should ask them, do you know yourself? Because I know who I am. I've never had a problem with that. I think this is the thing because I'm right here. I'm right here, mate. You understand? So I've always known myself. I've got a younger brother, got an older brother, mother and father, and a sister. So there's nothing more need to be said.